Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Pilot Nas. Today I thought it'd be fun to go ahead and fly on one of the, take off and land on one of the shortest runways in the world. So this airport is, I guess, at Rancho y Yrausquin Airport in Saba. I guess it's located on the Dutch Caribbean island of Saba. And the airport is the shortest runway in the world, and it's actually used for commercial aviation. It's 1,312 feet long. I guess that you can only fly regional propeller aircraft that can go there. So today I thought it might be fun that we'll go ahead and take off, come around, stay in the pattern, and come back and land and see how we do. Okay, so let's go ahead and run the Cessna 172. I'm going to try a lot of single engine, non-complex aircraft at first, and then later on we'll change up the planes. Maybe not in this video, but definitely see how we do. There's one feature I think I'm going to turn off. Give me a second. Okay, sorry about that. So I wanted to just turn off the crash feature just to see how the airplane ends up if we don't make the runway and stuff like that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take off. And here we go. We'll just test this out. And again, it's 1,312 feet the runway. I mean, that's pretty short. So here we go. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start our turn here. And now we're going to come back our down again. If you saw one of my first videos, we did the pattern work. So basically we're just going to follow the same steps. So you can use these techniques pretty much in every airport, And so there's the runway. So we're a little bit not parallel yet. We're not on downwind, so I'm going to keep coming across. Okay, so there we go. So we're a little far, but just kind of there's the airport right there. So the best thing now to do is we're at 1,000 feet. So we're going to go ahead and reduce a little power. We're going to put one notch of flaps. All right, we're going to just start kind of coming down, and again we're going to wait for that 45-degree angle. Trim the plane down a little bit. Now we're going to start turning. Now this is called, we're turning base. Now since we have some, mountains right there in front of us, we're just going to keep going into our final, and we're going to just reduce our power. So there's the runway. Everything's looking good right now. Going to give me another notch of flaps. Now there is something you do practice in when you're flight training. It's called short field takeoffs and short field landings. And this is basically what that you're practicing. What happens here is you're trying to aim for the numbers, right? When I was practicing in training, we would aim for the numbers and then try, you basically want to try to get the wheels down right as you cross the, the threshold. Like right now I'm coming down.
500.
I'm going to put full flaps. Now, I don't think we're going to need an issue because I think this plane will come nice and easy down on the runway. So there we go, so you can see. Uh-oh. Might be going off to the edge there. Oh. Oh my god. Okay, so again, there's no crash, but we would have crashed. Alright, let's go ahead and try a different airplane. Okay, so this is called a Robin Cadet aircraft. As you can see, it's pretty small. So we're going to go ahead and take off, and we're going to try to come back. So the 172, I ran out of runway and it fell off. So now we're going to go ahead and try this one again. Here we go. Now a short field takeoff would mean you would kind of run at the runway, and there's something called ground effects. If you can see, I'm pretty low to the runway, and that's considered ground effect. And then what happens is once you kind of get to your speed, then you can pull up. So you kind of will roll down the runway, you lift off maybe like at 50 sooner, but then you're really close to the runway staying in ground effect. And then what will happen is then you pull back once you kind of get your enough speed, then you can kind of climb up. So okay, so here we go. We're gonna continue turning. Let me just see where we're at. Okay, everything looks good, so we're gonna go ahead and turn. Everything's looking good. Now we're gonna come around. Okay, there's the airport. Okay, so again, we're going to slow down a little bit. Here, we can give us some notch of flaps. It looks like turning right before the island there is a good kind of indication of trying to line up. So I'm going to wait a little bit, and then we're going to go ahead and turn base. Okay, so I'm going to start my base right now. And then we're just going to continue on to the all the way to final. Okay, I have the runway in sight. Another notch of flaps. Trim down the airplane. Okay, I'm going to put full flaps now. So I'm being pushed a little bit, so let me just try to concentrate here. Okay, I'm slamming on the brakes. Okay, so we made it. Alright. Alright, so let's go ahead and check out another airplane. Okay, so this is called a GMB aircraft. It looks pretty quick here. So, very nice. These are kit planes. So we're going to go ahead, and it has retrack. So we're going to go ahead and this time I think what we're going to need to do is actually hold on to our brakes before we take off. So we're going to actually do a real short field takeoff. So we're going to hold on to the brakes, release. Now we're going to go ahead and full power. We're going to go. We need usually 10 degrees of flaps. There we go. So we're going to stay in ground effect. Okay, now we're going to pull up, gear up. We're going to raise our flaps up. Okay, we're going to come around. Here we go. Okay, as you can see, there's the runway there. We're going to come downwind. Okay, there's the airport. So we're at 1200. We're going to reduce power. We're going to first launch of flaps. Put our landing gear down. Again, we're going to wait till we get to our nice point that we selected. Now, the nice thing about doing is this kind of, if you're really flying, flight training, and you do kind of go to an airport, you always want to kind of pick little landmarks that, you know, like for example, I fly at a Sacramento Executive, and I know that when I'm on downwind for runway 20, there's a Sacramento State, I think that's Sacramento State football or Sacramento City College is their football field, and actually it's Sacramento City College's football field. And that's what I use as my kind of, okay, I'm going to start by turning my base, usually before it or something like that. So again, like we're using this here at kind of the end of the island here. You know, and you know, because like we're pretty close here, so we're just going to keep going into our final. You know, because we don't want to extend that, you know, especially if you're flying at night. You're flying where unfamiliar. You always want to make sure that you have, you know, we do see the airport there, so that's good for us. So now we're gonna, now this is kind of coming in pretty quick. So I'm gonna try to get in all my flaps right now. So want to make sure you don't stall the plane. You know, you're doing a lot, right? When you're flying, you're, you know, making sure you don't going to stall. You know, and a stall is basically when the aircraft, your wings stop producing lift, right? And what happens is, you know, a lot of people ask me, do planes, can they just fall right out of the sky? Well, if it stalls, yeah, because then there's nothing keeping it in the air. But an airplane, if it has enough speed and is traveling, I mean, you should be able to, you know, I mean, I've heard stories of, you know, like a 767 was able to glide. You know, I think one of the airlines had the longest glide in the history of aviation. The 767 fully loaded, you know, with passengers and stuff. It ran out of fuel, but it was able to glide because they maintained the speed. Well, you know, they maintained their glide, right? And in, like in the Cessna 172, if you can maintain 65 knots, you should be good to go for, you know, as long as you have the altitude until you kind of find a place to land. So, all right, let's go ahead and now concentrate here. It looks like we're a little high. Okay, there's the airport. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Seems like there's a little gust of wind there. Oh no, we're not, this is not good. It's not good. Oh God, that's not good. Okay, hold on. Let's see if we can stop. Can we stop? Yeah, we made it. Oh, that was. All right, let's try another one. Okay, so this is the Diamond DA-40. Now these are, I think these are mostly, training aircraft, but I think they're comparable to the Cessna 172. I think the 40. So we're going to go ahead and hop in this. Again, we're going to push 10 degrees of flaps. We're going to put our brake on. We're going to give us full power. Kind of wait, then we're going to let go. Let it roll down the runway, and then we're going to take off. Try to stay in ground effect till we get to kind of our... Here we go. Okay, now we're going to pull up. Oh, there's a stall. Alright, so we're going to try to get some altitude. Going to pull up our flaps. Again, we're going to wait till we get a beam the numbers. Okay, we just reduced our power, gave one notch of flaps. Okay, that looks good enough. We're going to start our turn. Oh, I'm banking way too much. I could stall the plane right now. So let's just, yeah, that was bad. We made the turn, all right. So I'm going to slow down. We're going way too fast. And if you're really flying this, and you're not going to make the runway, just go around. But again, we're just in the game, so we're going to see if we can make it. Oh god, we're not gonna make it. Let's see if I can slam on the brake. Nope. Well, we did not make that one. I could tell back there. All right, well, so this airplane is called the Cub Crafter. Looks like it's a kit plane, and as you can see with the big tires, that means this is made to land off-road and stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and take off, and we're going to come around and do it. So here we go. So it looked like the Diamond aircraft, that 40, looks like that's not, I guess that would be comparable to like a Cessna 172 or even like a SR-22, and I guess they have a Diamond 20, which is more like an SR-20 or even like a Cessna maybe 150. Those would be kind of more of a training aircraft, but a lot of 172s are used for training. So here we go, we're going to take off. There we go. Okay. So there we go. We're going to just kind of climb up a little bit and we're going to start our turn. Okay, there's the airport. We're going to continue our turn. Downwind. Okay, we're pretty high, so just reduce my power. Give them one notch of flaps. I'm going to wait till the end there and then start our turn. Okay, here we go. Oh wow, I'm getting a little windy here. We overshot that big time. Whoa, we're kind of real close. Alright. I don't know how I misjudged that, but...
500.
Oh, we're looking good. There's the runway.
500.
Yep, we were good to go there. So we're today in the spirit of St. Louis. So we're going to go ahead and take this and fly this around. So let's go ahead and get in the cockpit. So it looks like you would look out the window. Interesting. Alright, let's go. Okay, so the final airplane we have today is going to be the Vision Jet. So I'm going to see if we can take this thing off, and we'll see what happens.
Stop.
Whoa. Gear up. I could tell you something. This is really hard. It's going pretty quick. So I don't. We're at 2,000 feet, and we're gonna see if we can kind of do this. Might have to go out a little further. So I put the gear down, flap down. We're way too high. So real quick, what do you think? We're gonna make this landing or we're not? Our gear is down, our full flaps are down.
Stop. 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 Stop.
So I did cheat a little bit on that landing. We made it. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. I will be doing some more of these videos We're gonna try some more complex aircraft. I mean, this is definitely a complex aircraft, but wanted to test it out. So I hope you had fun. Yeah, so it looks like the Diamond and the Cessna 172, I didn't make those. The Spirit of St. Louis, I face planted into the runway. But all the other ones seem to be okay. So again, I hope you had a good time watching this. Please, if you don't mind, I'd really appreciate if you can, go ahead and like the video and subscribe. And then the next time, I'll maybe even try some of the, maybe the 737 or something like that to see if we can actually make that happen. Again, thank you. I appreciate it. And safe flying. Take care.